hello learners. Welcome back to my channel Let's Learn with Lizzie. Today we are going to learn about articles in English grammar. Whether you're preparing for board exams or polishing your academic writing, mastering the use of articles will sharpen both your spoken and written English. Let's explore the types, correct usage, common mistakes, and some advanced nuances you may need to know at this level. Articles are tiny words with a big job. They tell us whether you are talking about something specific or something in general. There are three kinds of articles. First, the definite article, the, used when referring to something specific. Second, the indefinite article, and an, used when referring to something non specific or mentioned for the first time. And third, the zero article, which means no article is used. Yes, sometimes that's the correct choice. We will explore each in detail. Let's start with the indefinite article a and an. We use a before words that begin with a consonant sound and an before words that begin with vowel sound. Now remember, this is based on sound, not spelling. For example, we say a cat because the word cat starts with a consonant sound k. But we also say a university, even though university starts with a letter U, but it gives you a consonant sound U. On the other hand, we say an apple because it begins with a vowel sound a. Also, an R, even though it is starting with letter H, the H is silent. The word starts with R sound, R. This sound rule is crucial to avoid common mistakes. Let's look at some special cases that confuse many. Take these examples. A European, because European starts with U, your sound, which is a consonant sound. Next, a one-eyed man. One is starting with the sound W, so we use a. An honest man, the word honest has a silent H, so it starts with a vowel sound, honest. An MBA graduate, even though it is having M, a consonant letter, it is giving you the initial sound is starting with A sound, which is why I consider it as vowel sound, and I use an before the MBA. Always listen to the sound at the beginning, not the letter, and you will get it right. And please don't hesitate to make the sound when you are planning to add an article before the word. Now moving on to definite article the. We use the when we are talking about something specific or something that's already known. For example, the book on the table is mine. Here, you know exactly which book I mean. We also use the for unique things like the sun, the earth, or the internet. Whenever you are referring to the only one of its kind, we use the. We also use the before superlatives and ordinals. The best student or the first prize. It signals that you are speaking of something unique or specific. There are certain other uses of the article. Geography gives us some of the most tested rules on articles. We use the with rivers. For example, the Nile, oceans, the Pacific, mountain ranges like the Himalayas, deserts, the Sahara, and group of islands, the Maldives. However, we don't use it with singular mountains or continents. Also, when we speak about institutions, the school I studied in, we use the only when we mean a particular one, not the institution in general. Sometimes the correct choice is no article at all. We skip articles when talking about things in general. For example, books are expensive. We are not talking about any specific book over here, so I'm not using any article. We also omit articles before uncountable noun when we are talking about them in general. Then we also omit articles before proper nouns like names of the countries, people, or mountains like India, John, or Mount Everest. This is called the zero article, an important concept to master. Often we use article before adjectives that come before nouns. Remember, the article still applies to the noun even if an adjective is in between. Like an interesting story, the article "and" refers to story even though interesting comes first. Always check the sound of the adjective for a or an. For instance, an honest person, because honest starts with a vowel sound, and a useful tool, because useful starts with year sound. I know it sounds tricky, but with practice you will handle it like a pro. English loves exceptions, and here are some exceptions. Common set phrases where we omit articles, we say go to school, at home, by car, at sunrise or sunset. These are idiomatic expressions, and it's best to learn them as they are. Why? Because inserting an article here would sound awkward and incorrect. Let's look at some typical mistakes and how to fix them. He is a honest man. The correct form of sentence is he is an honest man. The Mount Everest. It's wrong. Why? Because Mount Everest is a singular proper noun and I don't need any article in Mount Everest. But if I'm denoting to a group of mountains like the Himalayas, then I need an article the. The gold is precious. Here again, this sentence is wrong because we are denoting gold in general perspective, and when we are talking in general, we don't require any kind of article. So I have to remove the and simply say gold is precious. A apple a day. It is a wrong usage of article because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. These mistakes may seem small, but they can affect the fluency and correctness of your language. Articles also help us with style and emphasis. We can use the plus adjective to refer to a whole group. The rich should help the poor. Sometimes a singular noun can stand for a whole class. The lion is a dangerous animal. Here, the word lion, which is singular, actually, I'm using the here because I'm denoting the singular noun representing a whole group, the pride of the lions. Also, when we introduce something with a or an, we often refer back to them with the article the. For example, I saw a dog, the dog was barking. Here in this passage, I have already introduced to the dog, calling it in a general perspective, but the next time when I am pointing out to the dog, it is no more general, it has become specific. In academic writing, articles carry a lot of weight. We say the telephone revolutioned communication. Even though there are many telephones, we refer to the invention itself. We also use the before musical instruments like she plays the piano and before newspapers and well known organizations, for example, the Times, the United Nations. These refined uses will help elevate your formal English skills. Now let's test your knowledge with a quick exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct article. Pause the video and try answering before moving on. Well, here are the answers for you. Now let's have a quick recap what we have learned today. Use indefinite article a or an when introducing something new or general. Use the definite article the when referring to something specific, unique, or known. Use a zero article when talking about general plurals, uncountable nouns, or proper nouns. And don't forget about the special phrases, geographical names, and idiomatic expressions. The key is listen for the sound and think about whether the noun is specific or general. Thank you for joining me on this in depth journey through articles in English grammar. Remember, mastery of these small words can make a big difference in your language skill. If you have any questions or doubts or want to practice more, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section. Happy learning and see you in the next session.